Hi, thanks for joining me. Videos are going to be a little different now. I am in a little room in my house, so you're probably going to hear my kids yelling and dogs and all that kind of stuff, but that's what this is all about, right? Is to kind of learn a different way, a new way. At least for me it is. I'm challenging myself every day to figure out how to do this, how to operate in this manner right now, and what's important. And I mean, I know what's important. I know what's important. You guys are important. My family's important. Showing love is important. I know that. But more as in my thoughts. How am I thinking? What am I doing? That's what I'm challenged with. My thoughts especially. And I don't know what you're challenged with. And maybe you're not challenged with anything, which is wonderful. And maybe you're challenged with a million things. And I think that this is a time to embrace growth and change. So that's what I'm doing. And with that, we are now going to be in Studio Satya 2, which is not even close to Studio Satya 1. But for now, this is where we're at. So thank you for being here. And today, I'm really not sure what we're going to practice, to be honest with you. I was just going to kind of see what I was feeling and see if I could pick up on anybody out there and what you guys are feeling, and we'll just go from there. It could be 30 minutes, it could be 45. We'll just see and just join along as you can. So thank you for being here. So we are going to start in child's pose. For me this morning, I'm going to take my big toes together and my knees wide and set it back. I'm a little tight. I've been working out. Heather at the garage has posted workouts, and this morning I did a Zoom with everybody, which was so fun to see everybody, but I've done a lot of squats, so I'm a little sore. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of grace in my child's pose. So go ahead and start to settle back. Let your elbows release to the floor. Let your glutes come back to your heels. Rest your forehead on the mat. And let's just breathe together. As you're breathing, see if you can find some more expansion in the backside of your body, the back of your lungs, and your back ribs. With each exhale, consciously releasing and relaxing your shoulders, your back muscles, and your hips. Notice the sensations that might be occurring in your feet and your ankles. Maybe there's a little buzzing or a little humming happening. We might be hitting some nerves. Just see if you can breathe with it. If it becomes unbearable, shift out of it for a moment. Curl your toes under. Give your ankles a break. And then just find your way back into your child's pose. And then on your next inhale, let's go ahead and come up to all fours. Taking your time, if you're doing yoga with me, it might be a little bit slower than you're used to. I move slow. Curl your toes under, press your glutes back to your heels. I used to really like power flow and flow classes, and After being diagnosed with the Epstein-Barr virus and the chronic fatigue, my body has really said, hey, you know what? Let's try to move a little slower, see how that feels for a while. Let's give ourselves a break. So feels good, actually. It's kind of nice. And then uncurl your toes. Bring the tops of your feet to the mat. Exhale to cat. See if you can completely release your head. Pull your belly into your spine. Inhale, cow. Take a full round of breath in your cow. Don't transfer to your cat yet. When you're ready to exhale, head to cat again. Shift your hips from left to right. Find your way back to center. Inhale, cow. Curl your toes under. Shift your glutes back to your heels. Stretch out your feet. Breathe. And just feel that I love yoga because you just get that chance to experience, to be an active participant in your body, which with the day and age that we were living in was not something we could do, and kind of getting that opportunity right now. Come back to all fours, tops of the feet to the mat, cat pose one more time. Open through the right side of your ribs. Back to center. Open through the left side of those ribs. Oh, back to center. And come to a neutral spine. Inhale, right arm reaches up to the ceiling. And I want you to start to circle that wrist around. And circle the other way. And spread those fingers really wide. And then squeeze them together and dive them underneath you, coming into your threaded needle. Woo! This morning, I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to rest it on my right hip. But you put your left hand wherever you want. Breathe with me. And then take that left hand, bring it up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring it down to the floor. Inhale, press up to all fours. Plant your right hand to the mat. Inhale, left arm up. Oh, circle that wrist around. Circle the other way. Ooh, clunk. Fingers spread wide. Squeeze them together. Exhale, dive it underneath you. Oh, all the way. Threaded needle. Again. No, so it doesn't feel good on this side. I'm not going to put my right hand on my left hip. On this side, I'm just going to plant my right hand to the floor and hold it here. Remembering our sides are not created equal. We're not always going to do the same thing on the right side as the left. It's not going to work. So honor each side as it comes. And breathe. If you can, reach that right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring it down to the floor. Inhale, press up and bring your left hand back to the mat. Inhale, cow when you're ready. Oh, exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral spine. Let's take our right leg, reach it back, bring your toes in contact with your mat, and reach back through your heel to stretch your calf. Be careful that you don't block out your knee, okay? Soft bend to the knee. That could really hurt that joint, and we don't want to do that. So soft bend to that right knee, press back and stretch through your Achilles and your calf. Draw your low belly in, belly to spine. And then we're going to take that same leg, the right leg, you're going to lift it up off of the floor, take it over to the left. Uh-oh, my coffee and my elephant are in the way. And then you're going to look back, set it to the floor, set it to the floor, and look back at your toes. Good, bring it all back to center. And release your right knee back under your right hip. Left leg goes back. Woo. Stretch through that left heel. Toes come in contact with the yoga mat. Soft bend to the knee, remember. See if you can find that stretch. Breathing. Belly button to spine, navel to spine. And then inhale, lift your left leg up, bring it over to the right. Oh, gosh. Set it to the floor, look back at those toes. Breathe with me. Inhale, bring it all the way back. Set your left knee under your left hip. And we're going to sit back on the heels just a little bit and take your right wrist. Maybe you need to shake it out. Maybe you do some circles with it. Then we're going to take the left wrist. Need a little bit of a break. Shake it out. Circle it around. And then come back to all fours. We're going to take our right hand and you're going to take those right fingertips like you're scooping, and you're going to scoop so that your fingertips point to your knees. Bring the back of your hand in contact with the mat. So a couple things you can do here. You can make a fist. Don't mind my faces as I do this. Really stretches out the front of the wrist. You can just let your hand relax on the floor, or you can spread those fingers really wide and reach to the mat with your thumb. If you pull back on your arm a little bit, that gives you a little bit deeper stretch in the wrist. Navel to spine. And then gently roll off the back of your hand, shake it out, and release it to the floor. Let's switch to the left side. Scoop those fingers under, pointing to your knee. Place the back of your hand on the mat. You can make that fist. Oh, that's a killer. If you guys have done, so one of the other nice things about being home is I've been weeding. Like, we actually don't have weeds in our flower beds. And I don't think in all of the 9-10 years that I've lived here that's ever happened unless Jay's gotten out there. So with that comes sore wrists and sore arms. So you can spread those fingers wide. But man, it's nice to not have any weeds out there. I mean, I know they grow back, but for a little while it's been fun. And then slowly release. And this time I want you to take your hands and you're going to point them to the outside edges of your mat. Okay, so turning them away from center. And I want you to just rock side to side. Or you can make circles with your body one way. These are gentle. And they can stop and circle the other way. And then bring it back to center. Good, turn those fingers forward. Let's get off of our knees, shall we? But I'm going to be mean. We're going to go right into a squat. So you're going to take your right foot forward, turn your toes out and away from your body. Walk your hands back, left foot Turn those toes out. Oh, and squat it down. Navel to spine, palms together to heart center. And you can just hold it right here. If you are close to a coffee table or a couch or a bed or something along those lines, and you're having a really hard time getting down into a squat, use something you have around you to hold you. You can lift your heels up off of the floor as long as your knees are in line with your toes. Any squat that you can perform fairly comfortably is good. Okay, don't put yourself in a place where you're in pain or it hurts. It's not worth it. It just never is. Find the squat that complements your body. Take one more breath here. Then as you exhale, let's go ahead and place our hands to the floor. We're going to keep our forward fold wide. So as you begin to lift your hips up, I want you to take your heels and turn them out. So now your feet are at the edge of your yoga mat. Good bend to the knees. And let's let ourselves ragdoll over to a forward fold. Take the tops of your hands. If your hands reach the floor, take the tops of your hands and rest them on the mat. That way, it's not a signal to your body to hold yourself up with your hands. Or you can grab a hold of opposite elbows and do a little bit of swaying if that feels good. And then we're going to come back to center. Let your arms hang heavy. Tuck your chin into your chest. Bend your knees a little bit more and roll yourself up. Step your feet together into mountain pose. Stand up nice and tall, proud heart, shoulders drawing back, palms facing slightly forward. Big breath in. Exhale all the way out. And again, big breath in. Exhale all the way out. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, arms back to your sides. Move up a little bit. Hopefully you can still see me. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, turn your palms away from each other. Exhale, arms down to your sides. Notice how I'm pretending like I'm not hitting the tree and it's not driving me crazy. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. And exhale, turn your palms away from each other down to your sides. Interlace your fingers here at the bottom. As you inhale, fill up with oxygen and bring those hands up to your heart. As you exhale, flip your palms to face the floor and press that breath down to the floor. Inhale, fill it up. Exhale, press it down. Inhale, fill it up. Exhale, press it down. Inhale, fill it up. Exhale, press it down with a chair pose. Inhale, fill it up. If your hands don't do this, you need to separate your hands, you can do that too. Exhale, press it down, chair pose. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, fill it up. Step your feet wide, turn your toes out slightly. Exhale it down. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, let's stay at the bottom. Separate your hands, release them to the floor, squat it down. Ooh. Big breath here, however you need to squat. Okay? Press that left knee out a little bit. Oh, yeah. Press that right knee out a little bit. Press both knees. Reach those arms forward. Inhale, rise up. Turn those toes to point forward, slight back bend. Sternum lift. Exhale, swan dive, slight bent knees, forward fold. Oh, inhale, monkey. Draw those shoulders back, you guys, navel to spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your right foot back into a lunge. Take your left foot back to plank. Lower your knees to the mat. Press back, child's pose. Inhale up to all fours. Curl your toes under. Exhale up and back, downward facing dog, but step your feet wide to the edges of your mat. Wide-legged downward facing dog. Shake out your head. Move through your neck. All right, as you exhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Turn your heels in, squat it down. Good. Press, actively push your feet into the floor. Inhale, come up, big reach. Turn those heels back out. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Walk it out, wide-legged downward dog. Exhale, walk your hands back, turn your heels in, squat it down. Actively push your heels and your feet into the floor. Inhale, come up, turn your heels out. Exhale, swan dive, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, look forward, walk it out to wide-legged downward facing dog. Stay here for 3 breaths. On your next exhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Turn your heels in, squat it down one more time. This time, instead of bringing your palms together to heart center, take them out wide, elbows to the knees, navel to the spine. Proud heart, lift that chest. Hold it here. Feel your body connect. Palms together to heart center. Press into those feet. Inhale, push it up. Oh, exhale, arms to your side. And step your feet together. Mountain pose. Stand up tall. Roll those shoulders up and back. You know me, I like to fidget and fuss when I get out of a pose. So take a minute. Fuss around a little bit. Big breath. Ah, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach those arms up to the ceiling. Oh, slight back bend maybe. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Get that darn tree out of my way. Inhale, look forward, walk it to your plank. Big breath in. Exhale, left knee goes to the earth. turn that left foot out to the side. Roll your body all the way into a modified side plank. And you can stay right here, or you can pull that right knee in. See if you can get a hold of your ankle. Pull that foot back towards your glute, opening through that quadricep muscle, opening through the shoulder, navel to spine, holding it here, pointing or flexing that right foot. I think I like to point. See if you can kick your foot into your hand just a little bit more. And then slowly, softly release. Remembering that your transition out of your pose is just as, if not more important than the pose itself. Okay, so softly putting everything back to center. Taking it to the other side. Right leg kicks out. I'm going to roll myself over onto my right side into a modified side plank. And you can stay right here, or you can bring that left knee in. Get a hold of your ankle, open it up. Draw that left heel towards your left glute. Opening through those quads. Finding space. Kicking your foot into your hand, rolling and opening that shoulder. And then softly, softly, softly sliding and releasing everything back. Bringing it back to all fours. Take your right leg again. We did this in the very beginning. Reach it back. Over to the left side. Look back at those toes. Set your knee to the ground, that right knee to the ground, and just push your glutes back towards that left, or towards your right heel that's on the left side of your body. That always messes with my brain. I don't know my left from my right most of the time, which is not good for a yoga instructor. But when my right side is on my left side, whew, all bets are off. Straighten that right leg and bring everything back to center. Other side, left leg goes back, take it over to the right, set your toes to the earth. Look back at those toes. And then exhale, bring that, oh, this side is tight. That left knee to the ground. Press your glutes back towards your left heel and look back at those toes. Good. Lift that left knee up off of the earth and bring it back to center. Take a moment. Maybe you come down onto your elbows, or maybe you can sit yourself back on your heels and shake out those wrists. This is definitely not a video to do if your wrists are giving you a hard time. We'll have to do a video for the wrists. Or maybe it is, I don't know. It's so hard sometimes to tell, like, you know, if it's challenging for me, at what level is it challenging? Should I try it? Is it good for my body? Would it not be good for my body? You really have to listen to yourself and honor that. You really have to be honest with yourself and say, yeah, no, that's a good challenge. I need to open some things up. I'm just kind of rubbing my hands while I talk. Or to say, no, that's not a good idea. I'm not going to do that. You're the expert of your body all the time. Okay, so honor that. All right, let's come back to all fours. Okay, we're going to take it into that modified side plank again. So go ahead and kick your right leg out to the side. Roll yourself open. Bend that left knee. See if you can get a hold of that ankle, maybe even a little bit easier. Open it back up. Press that hand and that ankle together. Kick back, open your body, and then softly bring it down. Come back to all fours. Take it to the other side. Modified side plank on the left. Bring that right knee in. See if you can get a hold of your ankle. Open it up. Make sure you're breathing with me. And then slowly and softly release. Come back to all fours. Spread your fingers wide. Take those knees wide. Curl your toes under. We're heading back to a wide-legged downward dog again. Exhale up and back. Wide-legged downward dog. Turn the insides of your elbows forward for me slightly. As you inhale, look forward, shift your weight forward. As you exhale, shift your weight back, turn your heels in a little bit, bend your knees. Inhale, turn your heels out, shift your weight forward. Exhale, shift your weight back, turn your heels in, bend your knees. Couple more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Woo, got some ankle popping going on. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Oh, one more time, you guys. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Walk your hands back. Plant your heels. Squat it down. I'm thinking this is the last squat. Press into that right knee. Shift your weight to the right a little bit. Press into your left knee. Shift your weight to the left a little bit. It's really tempting that coffee's right there. You have coffee, squat and drink. That could have a whole different meaning at 5 or 6 p.m. Bring it back to center. Inhale, push into those feet. Come all the way up. Turn your feet to face the same way. Exhale, arms down to your sides. Walk your feet back in together, mountain pose. Exhale all the way out. Let's start to move through our head and our neck. Maybe a little chest expansion. Just go ahead and move organically for yourself right here. Maybe that's just standing in mountain pose and breathing. One more breath. Inhale, arms up overhead. Oh, big reach. As you exhale, swan dive forward, fold. Inhale, step it out to downward facing dog. We're coming to pigeon. Excuse me. So if this is not a way for you to come to pigeon however you'd like, or figure 4 stretch. Excuse me. Inhale that left leg up and back. As you exhale, bring your gaze forward and take that left knee to your left wrist, your left foot to your right wrist, and then you're going to reach that right leg back behind you. I love pigeon. It's challenging, but man, oh man. It's just a stretch that's hard to find anywhere else in nature. So you want to hover your hips. My left glute's hovering. My right hip is hovering over the mat. I'm squared up to my mat, so I'm not leaning too far to one side or the other. And this might feel good right here, keeping your hands underneath you. Okay, sometimes this just feels nice. Sometimes I'll curl my toes under and lift that right knee, engage my glute, set it back down. You can sleep your pigeon, which means you come down here and you release your head to the mat. I'm going to go there, but not right now. But if you just want to sleep your pigeon the whole time, you can. I'm going to actually take it into, I think it's called king pigeon pose. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm actually going to switch myself on the mat so you can see me a little bit better. Hopefully I'm in frame. I don't know. So in King Pigeon, you bend your back leg and you reach back and you pull that right heel towards your glute. Okay. A lot of different ways to do this or not do this. This is just an option. This is great for the quad, the knee. And don't be afraid to shift if you don't like the way your body feels. You're never trapped or stuck in a pose. Do the pose that feels best to your body. And now I'm going to release. I'm going to sleep my pigeon. If you've already slept your pigeon, just keep staying where you're at. Oh man, there's so many options for pigeon. I kind of just want to throw them all at you so that you can decide. Another pose I like in pigeon, I'm all fussy, sorry, I gotta make sure I get in the right space, is threaded needle. Oh, in pigeon. You could try both arms. I normally like to do the same arm of the knee that's bent and forward, but you can try the other arm and see what feels better to you. And then on your next inhale, wherever you're at, let's begin to plant our hands back to the floor. Curl those right toes under. Oh, up and back, downward facing dog. And do what you'd like. Maybe there's some counter poses. That left hip needs, maybe you just need to move it around a little bit, or you just can shake it out in your dog. Whatever feels good to your body. And then let's inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, look up to the front of your mat. Draw that right foot forward, right knee to right wrist, right foot to left wrist, and that left leg reaches back. And again, you can go right into your sleeping pigeon. You can stay up here. You can just move around in your body, that beautiful, amazing body of yours. I'm lifting my left knee for a moment, kind of pressing back. Set it down. This side's not as easy as my other side. See if I can find my foot for pigeon. Whew. King pigeon. King pigeon? I don't know if that's really what it's called. And if you're sleeping your pigeon, continue to sleep your pigeon. If you want to take it into that threaded needle, you can. This side is so hard for me. So I think I'm going to go opposite direction of my threaded needle. Woo! Nope. Too tight. We're just going to sleep it right now. What feels best to you? What is your body calling for? What does it need? Keep breathing. We're almost there. A couple more breaths. Then on your next inhale, walk your hands back. Let's take it to downward facing dog one more time. Oh. Any counter moves? Oh, so much popping this morning. Any counter moves you need? Oh my gosh, that tree. I thought it would be so cute. It is, but it's not conducive to yoga. All right. Inhale, bring your gaze up to the front of your mat. Exhale, walk your feet forward. Plant those feet. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, palms together to heart center. Hands to your sides. Big breath in. Exhale all the way out. one standing balancing pose this morning. If you have a wall nearby, you can grab a wall. We're gonna head to dancer's pose. Seems appropriate. I know we've have a dancer's pose class on here already, but can just never have too many dancer's poses in your practice. So I'm gonna bring my right palm to my heart center. Spread my right toes wide. I like to fuss. Bring that foot in a little bit closer. Make sure my muscles are all squeezed. My knee is pulling up into my quadricep muscle. My glutes engaged. I'm going to bend my left foot. You can grab the outside of your ankle, or I like to pretend like I have a serving platter here and my foot. I'm going to put my foot right on top of my serving platter. So that means I'm going to reach to the inside of my left ankle. Okay, you can just stay right here. Remember, you can also grab to the outside of your foot, or you can reach that right arm up and begin to kick your foot into your hand. Reach that right arm out in front of you. You can reach high. You can hinge. Find a place to rest your gaze, that drishti, non-moving point of focus. One more breath. Inhale, come up. And exhale and release. Whew. Take it to the other side. Whew. I don't know about you guys. Sometimes dancer pose makes me a little bit panicky. I don't know if I'm afraid to fall out of it because I think I'm not going to be able to catch myself. But I know for me, I'm I love it. Maybe it's a little thrill-seeking pose for me. I'm not sure. All right, left palm to heart center, and then serving platter, my silver serving platter. It's silver, by the way. And then I'm gonna reach and I'm gonna put my foot in my serving hand. Left arm reaches up to the ceiling. I'm gonna start to kick that right foot into my right hand, trying to open up my quad the best I can. Looking at my non-moving point, my focus, my drishti. Breathing. Don't hold your breath. Stand strong on that right leg. No, I'm on my left leg. Stand strong on your left leg. Kick that right foot intensely into your right hand. Good. And then inhale. Bring it up. And back to center. Palms together to heart center. Big breath in. Exhale. Bow. Bend the knees. Release your hands to the mat. Come down onto your knees. And then on to your glutes. Ooh, take those legs out in front of you. Reach them straight out in front of you. Arms up overhead. Exhale, right hand to the outside of the right leg. Left hand to the outside of the left leg. Pull those toes back towards your face. Keep your spine neutral, navel to spine. Hold it here. Inhale, rise. Exhale, walk those fingers. Little Charlie horse in that right leg. Inhale, rise. Exhale, walk your hands. One more time. Inhale, rise. And exhale, walk those hands. Maybe you can get a hold of your feet or your ankles or your shins or your knees. And then begin to let your back round and let your head drop. And then inhale, bring your gaze to your toes, bring your hands back to the mat. And we're gonna walk our hands back, 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 back. Sit up nice and tall. All right, let's see if we can get there. Soles of the feet together, maybe. Dirty, my feet are dirty. I'm gonna walk my glutes towards my feet just a little bit. Open your feet up like a book, like you're trying to read a little book. Okay, sit up tall-ish. Maybe move a little bit. Move through your head and your neck. Okay, one more hip opening pose. Challenging one, okay? So if you have a pillow, a blanket, something along those lines, those can help to modify, and I'll see if I can talk you through some modifications. So for now, I'm just gonna take my right leg and kind of get it out of the way so that I can scoop my left leg in front of me. And I'm gonna bring my right shin parallel to the edge of my mat, the front edge of my mat. So blanket, okay? You could place the blanket on your foot. And you're gonna take this right leg, and I manhandle it. I'm gonna grab it. And maybe, for now, you set your foot on top of your blanket and that knee is way out to the side. Maybe you can get your foot on your knee, and that blanket is a nice bolster for that right knee. Okay, pillow is also nice. If you've got your knee way up here, stack a couple pillows in there, stack a couple blankets. You know, we're working our bodies to a certain direction. We're not expecting it to be there right today, especially if it's early in the morning or even, 10 o'clock in the morning. Our bodies don't do those things right away sometimes. So grace for your body. This is a pose that works for my body, so I'm just gonna take the blanket out. Okay, kind of adjust my glutes, flexing my feet, ankles and knees are protected. Then you can sit up tall, you can bring your hands to the floor. Maybe you can lean forward a little bit and reach your hands out in front of you. I like to cross my arms on my legs. I'm just gonna breathe. Breathe with me, we're all breathing together. I've seen a lot of positive things on Facebook about all of this. I've seen a lot of negative, but one of the things that has really resonated with me is that this isn't about us. This coronavirus, the COVID-19, whatever it is you want to call it. Mother Earth is getting a chance to heal. And that was huge for me. When I read that, I was totally able to shift my perspective. And it wasn't about me anymore. And don't get me wrong, for a while it was. I had to shut my studio. I couldn't do this. We can't do this. And then one day it was like, holy crap. Wow, yeah. What about this earth that we live on that gives us everything we need? She, and I'm going to say she because I believe Mother Earth, she's getting a chance to heal. Things are quieter. We're not driving. We're not using as much. The plants aren't operating the same way. I don't know. That was just really big to me. And I don't know if you've heard it or not. And maybe you don't care, and that's fine. But maybe it resonates with one person. And it sure shifted my whole perspective. Okay, inhale, come out of it. I'm sure you were wondering when. If you know me, you know that that's how I don't know what the word is. I'm missing the word, but that's how I get people to stay in poses a little bit longer. I like to tell stories. Take those legs wide, reach yourself out. Big breath in. Oh my gosh, stay here for just a second, man. That feels good. And then let's take it to the other side. Oh, yeah. All right, come on up. Now remember, your other side might be totally different. You might need 5 blankets. You might need no blankets. Okay, left leg's out of the way. My right leg is going to come in, and I'm going to take my right shin parallel to the front edge of my mat. Okay, you can stack your blankets, your pillows. If you absolutely cannot get your leg there, you can always bring it out in front of you some way. Ultimately trying to line up the best you can. Maybe you can go right here. Maybe this feels okay. I'm going to take my foot on top of my knee. Okay, flexing my feet, protecting all of my joints. Sitting up tall, hands can be to the floor. You can fold it over, whatever feels good, and we're just going to remember to breathe. And the other thing we're going to remember to do, navel to spine, is when this is all over and we are moving about freely again, make sure that you focus on who you can support. The small businesses, my friends that do hair in the industry, that are supporting themselves, supporting their family, they're going to need us when this is all said and done. Our restaurants are going to need us. Our shops are going to need us. So we need to make sure that we're supportive of them, because they're important and they are our backbone. And I know I'm also speaking for myself, being a small business owner, and my husband being a small business owner. But, you know, I'm worried about my friends. I'm concerned, and I want them to be successful and healthy and happy and not stress about money. So when this is all said and done, you know, find those local people and support them. Be there for them. We need them and they need us, and that's what makes this all go round. So that's my PSA for today. And if you need a good workout, Heather Einby at the Garage. She's on Facebook. Really heck of a workout. I can feel it. All right, inhale, come up. Oh, spread those legs wide. Oh, sit up tall, move those glutes around a little bit. Hands to the floor, walk them out in front of you if your body will let you. Flex those feet. Oh man. Breathe with me. Move through your head and your neck. Walk your hands over to that left foot. Come back to center nice and slow. Walk over to that right foot. Oh. Bring it back to center. Walk your hands back to your body. Bring those legs together. So normally I wouldn't do Shavasana. I just let you do Shavasana. But today I think I'm going to do a mini Shavasana with you guys. So let's just slowly roll it down. Hopefully I'm still in frame. Fingers crossed. I'm going to take those legs wide, arms up overhead, full body stretch. Let's take it into one happy baby. So reach up and grab the outside edges of your feet. Turn the soles of your feet towards the ceiling. Pull your knees in. Stretch and elongate your spine. So in happy baby, you rock side to side. Oh. Ooh. Get some good adjustments. And then come back to center. And then let's go ahead and slowly release those feet. Taking them down to the ground. Taking your legs out in front of you. Bringing one hand to your low belly. One hand to heart center. Breathe. As you exhale, release your hands to the floor. Bring your chin just a little bit closer to your chest. Walk your shoulder blades underneath you. Make sure you fuss around a little bit. We'll just take a couple breaths together in Shavasana, and then you are more than welcome to stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. Thank you all for your support of me and my studio. Thank you all for your support of each other, yourselves, your family, your world. I am extremely grateful for each and every one of you, whether I know you or not. I am grateful. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a part of all of this. Thank you for taking care of your world and each other in and with so much gratitude. Namaste.